Boom! That's how we roll. Live and direct on the Tru-Mon Show with my great brother, Will of Earth. How are you, Will?
I'm doing great today. It's a good
Oh,
day. Every day is a good day.
yeah, hold on. I'm hearing myself in double here. Okay,
Oh
now it should
no.
be good. Yeah, so today we're united again for the great series that we have started a little while ago, but officially here maybe yesterday's. And you say, look, I said to you, how are you? Right there, that's something that came to me yesterday's. Yesterdays. My days are still a bit in days, so I prefer to say
Yeah.
yesterdays until I clear the whole thing. But yeah, I don't want to pretend that because the days also can feel like the hypnose. Like if you feel under hypnose or some could be referring to the days also, the day state, which is the default state, I think. So, like I said to you right at the beginning, I said, "How are you, Will?" You know, ow.
How?
We, s-
Oh.
we say that when we're hurt. Ow.
Well, natives still had those also how, you know. So we still, So how isn't uh, I don't see it as much a terrible, but ow seems to be a thing that's just universal of being hurt. Ow, it's a little bit ow, and how we're putting the breath before how.
Yeah, there's the H also before the how are you, no? But it sounds a bit the same. That's why I'm saying, are you really asking people how hurt they are? Like how is your trauma today?
Well, yeah,
Like,
that's usually it too. Like my wife always says to me, what's the matter? What is the matter? The matter." Yeah, implying that something is wrong with matter itself. Like the matter could be a good thing, but it's implied as what hurts.
yeah, but what matter? It's a matter. It's a great word also because we are all matter and we all matter. You know that's
Yeah,
a super beautiful word because that's what we all are matter and we all matter. But that's not what we all see that we matter here and we have our rightful place as being honored to take our place. Like, I mean, you have something given to you. Sometimes it can be a stretch to find it, but it's possible with enough focus, enough willpower. Willpower is big too. So yeah,
uh,
so Will, we're gonna start this with the word ball on our listener.
ball.
We're gonna try to pick up a bit momentum here, so we can
Yeah.
get through that list, at least the first page by the end of the
Yeah,
summer.
so people aren't bawling that we're taking too long. You're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about the
that's it.
ball.
And
How we should have a ball instead of bawling. On this topic on top of the ball.
but that's
you
why
know.
also when you go into discotheque, disconnection tech, you have a ball like you're really disconnected, and you have it in discotheque too, and everything.
Yeah,
That
it's a bunch of little square mirrors, little reflections of light. Hey, bunch of little cube reflections on the
yeah,
ball.
that's true
Boom.
too. What it does, it's all kinds of little squares stick together. So yeah, so ball, because ball could refer to round body, dance, a dance, also a ball, a dance, and a ball, BAWL, cry aloud. But ball also, like, it's used in so many words, like every sport mostly is about ball, volleyball, baseball, football. Like, name how many sports has the ball in it, and again,
And football isn't even like the football isn't even football, or a ball. It's
it's handball.
it's an eyeball shape, or like what we see as an eye, but the eyeball is an actual ball. But
And exactly,
uh,
there's the eyeball. There's the look, but I think the word ball mainly was introduced probably to to mesmerize the masses, no, into believing again that we are on the ball. Like the whole thing, I think, is very much to interfere with the reality we could experience. Like they want us to have a defined reality. That's basic what it is, no? And that's why I think the ball is coming back so often in many places. No? Yeah. So yeah, and after that, now I have the bear. Okay, bear. That's another
Oh,
very interesting one because
yeah,
you have bear, Bare, no covering. Okay, bear like you're barefoot. You're, that's it. And bear, the animal, and bear also to carry. So what do you see in there? And from the word bear, if you put the S, it makes bears, like bears and ears, and or be ear, like bear is be ear. So also ear, but ear referring to your ears. So like I was telling you the other day, is it to tell us that if we go in the forest where there's bear, we should be all ears?
yeah. Uh, 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 See, the light bearer, bears the light.
Or light bearer too, yeah.
Yeah, this is Ursa Major and Ursa Major and Ursa Minor. You know, there's the she bear and the lichen, the werewolves, the ones that get moonstruck in a daze and become in crazed. They're oh yeah, I went off a little rhyme there where I was going.
The bear, the bear.
Bear, yeah. So yeah, these are the bears, and that yeah that akins to the lichen. And this is the lichen, the Lucian. Lucian, so Lucifer, the light bearer, and that's all the North Star, the Nord Star. It's because they're looking at these are the both the bearers of the North that are always in the sky. All the other stars that surround the Earth, they all set. They all have a rise and a set. Where as these the bearers, they stay. They're there all the time.
Yeah, and
So that
mostly you will find bear in the northern region near where it's north. I
yeah,
don't know really where is north, south, west, east no more. Like it's very confusing all these directions. But in the middle of the earth where it gets I don't know, maybe colder or something.
then
There's
I
something.
was thinking with these bears that you know how secretive and silent and they're graceful and when they're hunting, hey, these are skills, right? They're in order to kill. So these abilities are skills, right? They're silent
That's it.
kill.
You can tell that's it. With an animal, you can use the
Yeah.
word that they are skills to attack other animal because that's what they do. They kill. So yes, skill is the right word. But for human, I think it's more abilities, like you said.
No, I mean, yeah, that's it. That just it's a testament to one's ability, and it's not honorable in any way. A sneak attack has no honor whatsoever in its view in a combat situation. It's dishonorable. So
Yeah,
that's
animals sometimes conduct themselves in a dishonorable way also, like it's not always like the other day I was watching something lions attacking cheetahs, and a female cheetah and everything. Like sometimes it's lacking ethic also in the animal kingdom maybe.
yeah, you know, there's some situations then they may see humans do such things like dogs apparently lost their morality compared to wolves. You know,
Mhm.
wolves have more morality and a sense of communal judgment and how to condone each other with one another. And yeah, dogs are picked up the human traits, you know, and yeah, some awful things happen to animals, you know, in nature. You know, there's deformities and defects, and you know, nothing in nature is perfect. Like you, even a tree, you'll never find a perfectly cylindrical tree coming up like an exact straight pole. Like nature is going to bend and twist, and yeah,
Mm.
so
And that's what we
it's
should do also, bend and twist and to be flexible and stuff. Yeah, no, important. I wanted to ask you where you are up north in Winnipeg. Have you ever seen, you were mentioning wolf. Have you ever encountered a pack of
yep.
wolf or seen wolf, like
I
big
seen
wolf?
singular wolves. It's yeah, it's strange. I seen at least three singular wolves without their pack. I've seen a number of foxes, coyotes. Yeah, there's deer, skunk,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Deers are all over. We see them here also. But wolf is something I've never really
Oh,
encountered in my life, live and
beautiful,
direct.
beautiful, beautiful. It's just like what a thing. Yeah, if I was not paying attention and in the moment of driving, I would have hit a wolf. You know, if I was not conscious, I would have hit the wolf. So
Because
yeah, what?
you're in a little town, so you're surrounded by forest there, I guess, or
There's lots of little lakes and little ponds, and there's all sorts of water all surrounding me, and little patches of trees and such. Like you go southeast in Manitoba and more south, or there's sort of like a southeast. Really, it could becomes quite flat. It,
oh, okay, yeah, like the prairie, like they say.
yeah, the true prairie of just you can see for miles, and there's
Okay.
a few patches of trees, but yeah, there's more trees where I am, and yeah, quite a bit more dirt. I seen a moose from a distance, and it was still quite a spectacle to see because
Oh, a moose.
even like
Yeah.
it was, I'd say half a kilometer away, it was still you can tell that that moose is big.
Wow. Uh, the other thing I wanted to ask you, like Manitoba, like you say, you have the prairies and all that. Have you ever uh, seen crop circles?
No, no. I mean, yeah, no. It this doesn't seem to be quite a North American phenomenon as it would be in like the UK, Europe. South America has quite a bit. I think Africa has some, but this occurrence happens every day, once or more times a day. So it's over 365. I can't remember the exact amount, but annually, every day there's some sort of circle going down.
Yeah, apparently they're appearing all over the earth, like all across the earth. Not only in UK. Apparently, you can see them in Canada and stuff. Would be interesting, maybe if I ever get to do a trip to Manitoba to visit you, that we go on a hunt for crop circles. I would love so much to just feel the energy in there and just sit in there. Maybe bring a like PT does, a few drums, electric guitar and stuff, and just play for the nature. Yeah. The other word I wanted to bring you on, and I mentioned it when I was talking to you about the wolf, is encounter. Okay, because often the word we use for to replace encounter is meeting. Okay, we use the word meeting. I'm gonna meet someone, but also we
Yeah.
eat meat. Like meat refers to dead animals, or mostly when people talk about meat, they refer to dead animals. Meat can also be the coconut flesh inside a coconut. To me, that's meat also, but mostly in the conditioning state, default state, meat is a piece of steak or something like that. So, what do you see between meeting someone and eating meat? And also, the word meat is interesting because you can like take out the T and put the N and you become mean.
Yeah.
Like it's very, very close. And meals also, like you take out the, you put L and you get a meal, mean, meat. Like why all this so similar, so close? I don't think it's coincidence.
No, yeah, the means of it all.
Yeah.
Meat. Yeah, it's because yeah, it has to do with material, So it's that they're constituting us as material things, a meeting, material meet. Uh,
Because I think like when I meet someone, it's not really a meeting. Like I know I like so much to use that. I think it's more an encounter. Especially when you encounter an animal in nature, you're not doing a meeting. You're not like killing it to eat it and get the meat out of it. Like probably that's what a meeting is. Like when you go meet someone often, I don't know because the words you use when you have interaction with other people have effect on you also. If you say you have
yeah,
encountered someone tonight that with
it's
such a
something.
great vibe, like brought you such positivity, and oh, I went to a meeting and it was freaking boring tonight, freaking meeting, and so usually an encounter, if you use the word encounter, it's for something very positive, very powerful, that brought you something into your life.
Yeah, you in count. You're counting a Taurus. You're acknowledging and you're counting that Taurus field, that aura, as something. Yeah, an encounter definitely has more of an impact than meeting. Um, I should have written what I was going to
And
say about meeting.
you have the word count, exactly. Account,
Yeah,
where account
counting.
come from.
Yeah, you're adding them. You're putting yeah, you're counting them.
Yeah, interesting.
They're an addition. That's the thing. Yeah, we're joining. When we come together, we are joining together energies. So it's we're becoming one with our energies because like with your friends, you're going to act differently with all sorts of different friends and different sorts of family members. They bring out different you, and you act differently with these people that you're I had to name with that conjoining, because you're conjoining and this new conjoined energy is a new energy, so you're becoming one with them, and instead of meeting where they're clashing and going away. And this is what our will is doing, what without us knowing it, like when we first encounter someone, we're sort of coming to a battle with one another. We may be like, oh, I like this guy, and then we can join. Like the vibes match, okay, our vibes, we're in sync, all right, right, yeah, so yeah, but if we don't clash, I mean, we're going to clash, and
Be-
it's they condition us to do so, like I like with how I growing up, yeah, going out in public, I'm on guard.
Always, always. But that's what I find also, like,
In the city, in the
yeah.
city, I was on guard. Now I'm in the country, my guard is gone and nice and free and clear. But yeah, in the city, they have to watch your back. It's you don't know the intentions of others. You really got to read people. Yeah, yeah, and have your wills are battling to see how what's your intentions. What are you meaning with?
That's
Are
it. And
you meaning to do something?
exactly. And the meeting also, like the meeting part, I think I see a meeting associated with discussion, and then encounter more with conversation. Like it's very like, because if you have the thing is, without even awareness of the word have effect on you. This is the thing. And that's what we don't realize. That's why we stay at the level we are with the words, and we don't try to dig deeper in it, because it will change everything. It changes everything. It brings so much more clarity to me. That's what I find. So yes, I will keep having a great encounter even on YouTube. On YouTube, I had major encounter like that. I use the worst is I used to put the word meat Tru-Mon meets like, but I
Uh,
think I'm gonna change it now. Change it
Just
for something else. Uh,
discussion is a discussion. It's no longer soft in your heart, and it's a procussion. The cuss is a and you have the cuss in there. Hey, the cuss word. No cussing.
that's it. And the concussion. Do you use the word concussion? I think when you hit
Concussion,
your head,
yeah,
concussion.
yeah, boom, it's a blow to the head, right? Because discussion, the concussion is
Yeah.
a procussion.
En français,
Yeah,
c'est commotion. Commotion, une commotion cérébrale. Commotion, commotion. Hmm, interesting.
commission.
Commission. Yeah, commotion. Yeah. Anyway, the next word is baron. Baron, we have on the list Baron, and baron, Barren. One is nobleman. A baron, a nobleman. I don't know,
No,
maybe. And the other one is unfruitful. So I'm a
yeah,
bit.
no, the Baron, no bell. He's not ringing. He's not ringing right. This no bellman. There's no. Yeah, and it's not his work. It's not his song. He's getting all of his stuff off the backs of others. So he's no, what was it? What are we talking about? Baron. Yeah,
Baron, yeah.
he's barren of honor. He has no honor, and what? Yeah, the baron is barren of actual honor because he lives off the backs of the people who whom they barren the fruits of their labor.
Yes, and will also baron, like you look at it, it's bar on. That's what the word says.
Ah,
Bar on. So that's what I was referring today. I wrote it here on my super big post-it that I kept for you. And could that is that where the word bar come from? Because now you're associating that to noblemen. And at the bar, there's lawyers going there, and they're supposedly very noble with their costumes and everything.
yes,
And then you have
it's
the barcode, the bar, the lawyer bar, the bar pressure, like the barometric pressure, and the bar you go drink alcohol. So what is do you think all this is related to Baron? And if yes, in your headspace, why? And maybe give me your insight on this.
Baron. Yes, barring.
And the bar and the
Uh,
barcode and the lawyer
so yeah,
bar and
but yeah, they're all sort of denominations of scales. It's a bar. What level? How you set the bar? Has you passed the bar? If you're at the bar, you're at a low bar. Yeah, the barometric pressure. That's yeah, how much pressure? That's what lawyers do, right? They put pressure and pressure and pressure on the skull, the scale, uh, uh, the, which is a bar,
true, true.
and then, yeah, it has a center bar and a crossbar, right? There's two bars, and
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So Baron. Anyway, very interesting when we because also you can bring the word when we talk about barcode, we can also include the market. No, that's the mark of the beast that they say. I don't know. It's a barcode for sure. That barcode means something,
Yeah,
signifies something.
they put a numerical number for these types of bars, the thicknesses. It's all the sort of numbers that for some reason the entire world is all in agreement with.
Yeah, yeah,
You
that's
know, they have wars and blah 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 blah. All this conflict or whatever. But hey, with barcodes, yeah, you agree. Okay, we all talk to each other, uh, and we're all good. We're
such a great
happy with
point.
talking about and agreeing upon barcodes. That always got me. yeah, it's
These are
what?
strange things. Yes, strange things happening. Like the barcode, they're all in cahoot together for barcode, all in cahoot for Olympics, all in cahoot for this and that. But then they all go against each other in war. Like, well, and then something I don't get here, and that I didn't get from a long, long time. Like, I don't buy their nonsense when it comes to war because, like, it so doesn't make sense. You have Olympics, just the Olympics, just the Olympics. Like, you're all supposedly fraternal together, like it's the big party and everybody's going around the circus with the flags and everything. But then you go to war against each other, like, so
Yeah,
nonsense.
yeah, nonsense, nonsense. Love it.
Nonsense. Next, bass, the
Base.
bass in music, or bass, and also uh, bass. Yeah, the also the bass, like the bass, the way it's written, bass. You say bass guitar, but it also there's a fish named a bass. Like he has a big mouth, small mouth, big mouth bass. Like Eschigan grande bouche, Eschigan petite bouche.
Yeah,
What do you see in
basic,
there?
basic. It's they also get Basil,
Yeah,
basic,
Basil,
Basil. Yeah, yeah. It's the what's that old
basilic,
name?
basilic,
Basilio.
yeah,
Isn't that yeah? But yeah, it all has to do with the bottom basics of everything. It's the bottom scale, the bottom line, the foundation. Um, in base sex. Yeah, yeah.
and true, it's the base, the foundation. Because even in music, take out the bass guitar. What does it look
Yeah, no,
like?
you have nothing. That's what lots of musicians don't even know. Like if you go to take jazz or class, some actual training in some sort of music like that. Um, yeah, the bass is the leader of the band. It's not the drum or the lead guitar or the lead singer or anything like that. It's the actual bass. It's the bass is the leader, and lot of musicians don't know that. They think it's the drummer is the leader of the percussion. It's the bass that's the leader of the percussion. The bass is the only thing that the drums can hear.
This is true. Yeah,
Yeah,
the bass, they like a bass basic. It's the basic of the music. Like you need to have a bass into music to first of all to homogenize the whole sound together. Like you need a foundation in anything. So yeah, the bass. That's what I see also. But I've never really thought of it that way. That it was the you see, just by doing this exercise together, we name the words, and then oh yeah, it's what oh that's
yeah.
like it's clarity.
Mm,
It's more clarity. Everything,
notations.
huh?
It's a notation. It's a notation. These bases, this the bases, these level, these scales. They're notations. They're numer. That's a note. That's a number. You know.
Yeah. Now the next word we have here is B, and that's such a beautiful one because B and B the insect the bee, and the bee, if the bee is not there, is the bees are not around. I don't think there would be much fruit on the trees and stuff. Like they're essential to pollinize the flowers, the bees, the bumblebees, and all these little insect that go on flower and pollinize the flowers so they can give fruits or whatever they give. And the bee. So what do you see with? Because that's what the reason I think you see BBE and the verb to be is because that's what we should do, pollinize maybe the flower of other people so they can give fruit. And you should be a little bee. Maybe you should be a little bee and go around and like consume the pollen. Pollen.
Pool,
Interesting word.
pole,
Pollen.
the pole of man, the pole of
Pollen.
man,
Pollen.
yeah,
Hmm. Anyway,
the pole of
so yeah,
man.
so the bee. What do you see with the bee, bro? Me, I see
The
that as a yeah. We are little bees going to like I said for the flowers to what's the word I use? I don't remember.
Pollinize.
Pollinize a flower. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, and same thing too with be and to be. Yeah, to exist will change to in existence. In existence, you're in existence to be. An insect in existence, and they're both to actually be something. Yeah, you have the B, which is sort of a W, the two U's that's close, and it's the eternal energy. Be energy, be energetic. Is the B is it's always seems to constitute to be, to like the letter B in front of most words. It's to be some sort. They're speaking of that will be. It's in existence, so it's to exist. Oh, it's like Shakespeare, that stupid saying, to be or not to be. That's to exist or not to exist. This is what a poisonous thing to say. Yeah, of course it's to be. Yeah, you be. And yeah, to be is to flourish. Even if you may not pollinate, say say if like all the bees aren't the pollinators of the queen of the whole existence of the tribe, but or the whole thing. But yeah, to where's it going with the bee?
Yeah, yeah, the bee. No, I think that's you're right by saying existence and the bee. And the insect, like the word insect is interesting also because you have the sec and sector, come also sector. Sector is another one that we use, SECTOR, but in it,
And they use the octagon too. The hives. They're the octagon. The dodecahedron, the fire, earth, water.
yeah,
They're so like to be is to be the octagon, because we're all sort of some sort of octagon. So
yeah, and when you look at the bees also, how they behave. There we go, another word. How they behave, how they behave together. The bees, it's magical.
beehive,
Like when
behave.
how
Yeah.
they follow the queen also. The queen in the colony.
Uh,
I watch how bees interact, and now it's phenomenal. The thing they can construct also. I've seen something the other day. A guy in Hawaii, because I'm very. That's what I watch on YouTube. I don't watch flat Earth videos anymore. I watch bees and stuff like that, and the animals. I like to observe the animals, especially what they do with their daily life. They're not sitting on couches watching TV, so it becomes interesting to see what they do. And bees are very, very phenomenal, a little insect. And what they can, like the size of the house they can build. Like I saw something into a tree the other day. It was
yeah.
super huge. The stack after stack, and full of honey inside. And like, no, they're. Now, is it? Do you heat the honey? You will,
Oh
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I have local honey maker down the road. Yeah, it's
Ah,
fantastic. See, when you get the organic local stuff, the unpasteurized stuff, this becomes a a natural antihistamine to the pollen that surrounds you. You become naturally immune to whatever the pollen surrounds you. So yeah, natural honey is also close to the same chemical composition of our blood. It's the closest thing out there. That's like there's seawater and honey are the two things. Milk and honey. Sea is the mom. Merci.
eh,
Yeah, the mom is the water. This is the mother. Yeah.
non, merci, merci. Là, c'est ça que je disais à Edita tantôt. Large up Edita, I think she is watching now. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I seen her in the chat. Edita stars. Much love every time. And that's what I was telling her. What were we talking about? What you were saying? I was going to say something I forgot now before I switch window and go into the chat. What I was saying about Edita, just
Uh,
what were you
she's in
talking about?
Toronto.
About the
Toronto.
huh?
B. To be, or in Toronto to be.
I don't know. I'll get back on it.
uh,
Not really a big deal. I'll get back to it. But the next is a beet. Beet is an interesting
yeah,
word because you have the beets, also the red beets, the yellow beets, the vegetable, and you have beet. You can beat someone. You can have a beat also. This is
yeah.
the thing with
Then you
music.
turn beet red. Yeah, you're embarrassed. You're beet red. You're bruised. You're beet red. Be rused. Be rose.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the interesting we see coming around lately is people making beats. Like there's a big thing, especially but like pretty much everywhere and that's the big music they try to sell to the masses is stuff made with computers. Me, I'm
uh,
as soon as I hear stuff made with computers, like it sounds weird. Like I like to hear reggae music but organic, like with instrument like bass and guitar, and especially the electric guitar is such a wonderful instrument that you can make so much harmony and noise and reverb and all kinds of stuff with the electric guitar. But the beats, I think this is something also like the new beats they make from computers. It's a lot to beat you up. It's gonna beat
yeah.
you up.
Like that dubstep is like
Yeah,
this.
dubstep.
Oh,
Ah,
it's very spiteful, eh? That's what it is. It's a bee crossing. But like the drums, it is the most ancient instrument out there. It's the first instrument was the drum. And yeah, so I mean, drums is very healing, like native drum, African drums. Indians have, East Indians have drums. Yeah, the drums can be a very good thing, but the beats that they use, yeah, no, it's yeah, it's not in conjunction with nature, and it's disruptive, especially like heavy metal with the double bass and the cymbals. The cymbals are very piercing. Yeah, so there's
but
the
that's
new
an
beats.
interesting word. And the drums, if you take the drums, it's called percussion. Percussion, right?
Mhm.
But there's also the word persecution. Not far from that.
Yeah, yeah,
That's what I was thinking the other day. I'm like, this is very irritating my ears, especially the cymbals. Like when it's too much cymbals, like, and I think this is real persecution. Is the music today? It's persecution. That's why you called it percussion, and you just add percussion. It's this se you add,
yeah,
so the s for the serpent and the e probably for the fifth uh, element or
element.
something.
Yeah, because that's what it is. These percussions, the k p s d b d. These are percussions, and here I'll show you the percussions. Just
I see it
wait.
very clear to persecution. Yeah.
See, this is a spectoid, and you hear it up at these upper ranges. This is where my voice isn't really effective. Here, see, you hear the lower. This is where my voice really is. It's over here, and so this is the stuff that isn't really audible when you go duh,
Okay.
buh, kuh, j, z. You see, it affects the upper ranges and it affects everything. So it goes across the entire spectrum. This stops at 20,000 hertz because that's the what the phone will do. So, and stuff like record players, and tube amplifiers will replicate the actual wave in the full entirety of the spectrum to going down to the low subsonic stuff, because we only hear up to 20, down low to 20,000 or 20 hertz, then up some humans up to 20,000 hertz kilohertz.
Because some people think they find the medicine into music. I think the medicine
Oh
is
yeah,
deep, is found deep within the silence. It's in the silence, the medicine. It's not, and music often, if you go to a concert, like every time I got out concert, man, I felt so exhausted, so drained in energy, but I've done nothing, just listen to music. Like it comes and drain you, and I don't know. There's something really awkward with the those concerts and the loud music and the cloud again, cloud. Why cloud and loud?
Out, 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 ode. It's old ode is yeah, ode to joy too. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Uh,
But anyway, there's something with those beats for sure. Like it's made to turn people into robots. That's what I think. The music today is a very not all of it, not all of it.
but
Some
yeah,
bands are still using organic instrument and
like what you said in the silence too. But like yeah, like I said, the drums is the oldest thing, and it can be a healing thing if the beats are right. And within the silences of the null and void of sound, the pauses and the percussions of how you speak will this yeah, it's all about the rhythm and getting a nice smooth and comfortable rhythm.
but I don't think most beat makers today are really aware of all that stuff that it
No.
could affect people and this and like
Or
people.
maybe they are, because I mean, yeah, like I said, heavy metal, that type of drumming is the extremely, yeah, it's disruptive of our cells, the inner cells. And yeah, cephalogos, these are healing tones, are a part of
Because it affects you also
medicine.
music like
Yeah.
listen to reggae music and listen to heavy metal, my behavior change. Like if I put reggae music in my car, I'll be all mellow, like I won't have road rage or stuff. But as soon as I put something like Metallica or something Biohazard or some hardcore band or like my whole behavior change, and suddenly I become more aggressive on the road, and it affects us.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny too. Like, I don't know if it really constitutes for the new heavy metal that's out there, but there's study before that people who would listen to heavy metal over their lifetime, and that was sort of their thing. They were more all in together, psychology. Can't say that word today.
Psychological.
Yeah. That they're more in together because they're able to get rid of and expel that negative energy, and they're able to tap into that and really release it in a healthy way that it's no longer bothering them. So it can be good, it can be therapeutic, and yeah, it can be quite awful. It all depends how it's brought to
Exactly.
you, eh? It's how satanic is. Like, what's his face? Yeah, oh, Megadeth, the guy for Megadeth, he turned away from his satanic songs, his really satanic songs, and he does prayers and stuff beforehand. He won't work with satanic people anymore. He's now a semi-conscious type metal ishin.
I like the expression. Okay, so the beats. I know we know that it's if you are anyway a bit natural and into your being, you will realize that it's robotic, it's computerized, and at one point you let go of that stuff. Like me, I'm a big listener of music, but something that is organic. I like bands and stuff that play drums and guitars and bass and pretty much stick it to the basic. Like you don't need to have the 25 instrument to make a song. You need a bass, a guitar, a drum, a keyboard, maybe a little bit. That's about it. And the singer, like I know some bands, there are four guys in the band, and they do the whole thing. You can like just with the electric guitar, you can have a set of pedals on the floor. You can make all kinds of sound with it. So just the
Well,
electric guitar is powerful.
trios were good too, like
Yeah.
Nirvana, he was trio. The Cream, they're a trio. Like, and the Cream was apparent. Some believe that they're the beginning of metal,
Yeah.
but yeah,
So the
yeah,
next
no,
one is okay, excuse me. The next
yeah,
one is a bin, past of B, and a bin
bin,
also a storage container. Like you talk about the past in a storage container, a bin.
Yeah, because you're sort of putting it into your, yeah, giving it a denomination in a little box, and you're defining it as a box, and that's
You're
what I've
storing your
been.
past too. See?
That's 'cause, yeah. Some believe that everything, all our emotions and all sort of thing, are just stored in little segments of time, just sort of on repeat, and this is where we've been, and little sections of time will be the bins of what's going to replay, because there has to be some sort of replay if there's going to be this time notion of recordance of energies of existence, because yeah,
Makes a
that's
lot of
it.
sense what you say about the drawers in our head, and I think like yeah, and I always refer to women having many drawers in their head compared to men and stuff. No, no, it's I think that's really what it is. We must, because to remember something, you have to store it somewhere. Like the
Yeah, that's the thing. It's not a physical thing being stored in our brain. What we're doing is we're activating a part of an antenna, and this part has its job, its relation of which bin is going to pick from. It's our memory is somewhere else. It's not a physical one and zero type thing inside of our head. We have to go and search for it. So yeah, our information is in bins elsewhere.
I always felt like that, like it was stored somewhere. So it makes a lot of sense that it would be in a storage bin container. Next one is berry. Berry is another very significant one, I think, because you have the berry, the fruit, and berries are very good for us. And bears love berries. We're talking about bears before, and also
Yeah,
bury, like to inter. Like when you bury something, I think that's what it means when you bury something. It's
yeah,
more bury, but berry, bury, berry, bury, berry, bury makes the same sound.
yeah. Then you get a burl, and like a burl is a hole when you bury, and burial. Yeah, when you bury, yeah, and
You,
that's funny too. You're berry, what, like you're sort of like that animal. You're bear-ish.
yeah, you're
Yeah,
berry. Yeah, you're
yeah.
bear-ish. That means you're berry. That's
You're
why bear loves
berry.
berry.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, whoa! We just made it sounds the same. Bear loves berry. That
yeah.
bear are berry,
And they're hairy, berry,
and
bear,
they're
berry,
hairy.
hairy.
And you have both. You have the hair and the bear. So bear for berries and hairy for yeah.
Yeah, and then you get back to the bearer of the light, the bearer of the north. Like this is what most of the things are hinting to, and not much new teachings, and or even old teachings and ancient teachings are going, look, it's the North Pole. We're talking about the North Pole. We're talking about that star, and what that star is representing in the pole of the earth. It all goes back to the North Pole. Eventually, it's the sun, and if they put it to the sun and the stars. Here, look at the sun and the stars. Turn those 12 constellations. You have your back turned to the North Pole.
And you look at that word light bearer,
Yeah,
like bearer, like it could refer to putting something in the ground, like the light bearer. I mean, I want to see the what do they give for a light bearer definition. I want to see this in
A-
French.
and if you go over the tablets of Thoth tablets, yeah, yeah. You go over the Thoth tablets. It's all about the light. See the light, be the
Light,
light, be the
yeah.
light, the light, the light, the light. It's all about being the light. Then yeah, pretty much most things. Yeah, the chi is the light. Light is the chi. There's another Asian culture calls the chi the Tao. look, the Tao, the chi, yeah, day, Tao, dog, the day, the Degas. The Degas is the moon.
Yeah, I have it here from English to French, but they don't give too much. Porteur de lumière. Porteur de lumière. Okay, light bearer. Now, porteur. Okay, porteur means port, means portal. Porteur en français means someone that carries something. You carry. So that's very interesting. Porteur de lumière, because you have people in the Olympics carrying the flame. It's a light bearer also. Everything, every one that carries a torch or carry a light is a light bearer.
See, and what this light bearer, it's the gateway to the other side. This is what the bearer is. The bearer of the soul. It's the bearer of the light. Yeah, it's Lucifer is the one who decides whom is going towards the other side, on what part of the other side they're going to. So
But why put
bears
the
that
word
responsibility.
bear in there? There's a word bear that bugs me. Like I want to know, I want to have a sense why they put the word bear with light,
Yeah,
because
to be
bear,
naked,
bear
to
the
be
animals goes to sleep during the winter. Also, like was I don't know. There's
uh,
porteur. Hmm.
then you have like the bears, the bear facts, the bear facts. You know, the basics, the bottom line, the bare minimum.
Bare
Right.
minimum.
Yeah, that's what the bot. See, look, the bare minimum, the North Pole again. It's going to the north. It's pointing towards the North Star, our North Star. You
We
know,
should all be like behave a bit like the North Star. So we
the
have a
positive pull. This is what it is. It's the
yeah.
positive pull. When you're light, you're on. You have no weight. You're sort of weightless and floating. Uh, you know, you're and yeah, you're no longer negative. Like to have a light on, this light that's on shining behind me. You know, the energy has to be positive. It has to be a positive energy flow of secular circular uh, motion going back to the ground, going back to the earth. It needs, you know, it has to have some sort of foundation, a basis to the earth, grounding your electronics has to be grounded properly in order for the light to work.
Yeah, that's the same. I was talking to you. I was gonna bring you this word, like disco, discotheque. I have been talking about it earlier, but electricity, okay? Because I talked to you about the city being shitty. Yeah, it's shitty. We know, but also it could refer the city. The word city we use for and electricity is a very interesting word because you have tree, and city. So you have the Trinity, the city, the L for the Elohim, and the EC, the Ek. Elect. You can put it in one word. The elect. Elect the Trinity for the city is
Yeah,
the electricity.
the electricity tri-city, the
Three
tri.
phase. Also,
Yeah,
there's
so
three phase in
so
electricity, no?
that's the Trismegistus, you know. So that's the three phases. Yeah, yeah, positive, negative, neutral. That's the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. This is Osiris. Yeah, you were talking about Isis earlier. Yeah, they're putting a negative connotation to a part of this god that we have to sort of acknowledge because they're part of the Trismegistus, is the Isis and the Osiris and the Horus. Yeah,
Yeah, the ISIS. The ISIS, you see it everywhere. Like,
yeah, they give it a negative connotation here. Don't put a negative thing to this goddess. You know, the female god, the mother god, because there's the female portion of the Trismegistus.
and in the
Hermes.
word, in the word crisis, you have the word ISIS in there. So the world is in crisis.
Yeah,
That's what they say.
yeah.
The word
The
ISIS is in there.
the cry of Isis, and yeah, the going back to the
Right, right.
female of the flowing of the water, the going the waters, the feminine.
ISIS, you find it
uh,
also on the dollar sign, like the S. That's a very interesting symbol. People do not give attention to, and they have it in their pocket, in
Yeah,
their pocket, pretty much. The dollar, the
and
money is
that's
the
what it
dollar
is.
sign is the S of the bar.
IS, IS. I wave, I wave.
Yeah.
We're male and female, and so like in that together, you have the two eyes. And then that together, that's the both male and female, but that's a direct. So this is DC current, and the S's are the AC current. This is the alternating wave, and the I's are the direct current.
Yeah.
Instantaneous action at a distance is direct, whereas in waves, sound waves, they take time to get there. That's going to take propagation. Where radio waves, or near this, of you and I speaking together nearly directly without zero lag, is the direct current.
Hmm, interesting. Also, another word that I wanted to bring up on my super big post-it that I have ready for you is the word WOR. Okay, because you take WOR, you had the K, it does work. You had the D, it does word. You had the what did I say also? What can other word? The work word, and there's another one with WR that I told you. Very close related, because the work word. Which one I told you? Do you remember?
War, um, word, world, uh, world. You're in a
Yeah,
world.
world. Yeah,
Yeah,
but I think mostly is like
or are, and it you enunciate these to you elongate these words to figure it out. Like you got the things that end with r. It's a choke r.
yeah, you go to
uh,
work.
Yeah, you're choking your throat, you're choking your voice box to do the r's, the words that end with r. er, yeah, r. Um,
What do you do
it
also?
becomes a Hey,
What
pardon?
what do you do also? Like you have the WORK work, but you orc also, no? When you spit, you orc. I heard that before.
Yeah, horking,
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 working.
or hawking,
So what's the
hawkaloogie,
yeah?
loogie, loggy, hawk a log. Huh. Toss a log. Toss. That's fun. That's a Filipino dish for breakfast. It's eggs, pig sausage, and rice. Toss a log.
So W orc. You're orking. Go to work. Hmm.
Hork.
Interesting.
Yeah, yeah, yes. Putting
Interesting.
your spit.
Okay. Yeah. The other one is bite. Bite is another interesting one because you can take a bite that tear with teeth, or you can have the computer data, which is called byte. Also, why do you think they call it byte when you talk about megabyte? Like the data in your computer, it's bytes, and
Yeah.
the computer language is 1 0. So it's a binaural language that they use. So bite and bite taking a bite. Hmm. What do you see, Will?
See, a bite is that you're saying by. It it's the crossing of the energy. You're killing something when you bite into something, and you're turning it into a smaller denomination, a more singular denomination. Then you bit. It becomes a bit. The what you bite is a little bit bigger, and you have to chew it a bit to turn it into smaller bits in order to digest it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Makes sense. Great, great. Next one here, we're gonna go take a pace here. Blue. Okay, blue
Mm,
past of blow. Blue, when you blew something up or
yeah.
something. And the color blue. And having the blues also, we can have the blues, the winter blues. And yeah, blue. Blue. BLEUW and blue, the color blue. Hmm.
Yeah, it is. You're sort
Past
of
of blow.
you're
Below.
blown you're
Below.
blown
Below.
away when you blew because you're no longer in control of yourself. You let sadness take over, and and you become blown away, blew away, and yeah, you're no longer in control. It's not you anymore that in control of the wheel. It's sadness.
Yeah.
It's
Now,
funny
eh?
too. You listen to the blues also. Yeah, this is helpful when you're in a sad mood. Listening to the blues will help you uh, become in a cheerful mood. But when you listen to the blues when you're in a cheerful mood, well, this is going to bring you down, right? This is going to be depressing. But yeah, so the blues has it's time for it to blow. You know, so
Makes sense. Yeah. Now, when I went to school to fill my skull with nonsense a bit, there's some sense and some nonsense. I don't like to say that it's all nonsense. There's some sense, but mostly it's nonsense. But I always wondered why I was bored in school, you know. But today
mm,
I know why I was bored because they write on a board. You keep writing on that board at the back, and you become very disinterested. Like they teach you nonsense on the board, like they write with chalk on the board, and then you get very bored, disinterested. And I think
yeah.
that's the reason why they call it a board, like a chalk board. I don't know, green board. I don't know how they call it.
Then in school they used to discipline you with a board. They'd wallop you on the bottom
Yeah,
with
wooden
the
stat.
board. Yeah, yeah, and then they also still punish you with boards of committees that commit you these boards. You know, chairman of the board. Yeah,
Chairman of the board. Such a good. Hey, they must be bored d'aplomb. They usually you look at them, they look all bored in there.
yeah, and yeah, they think they're all high and mighty above the board is level, you know, it's another bar. It's yeah, they keep you down by keeping you bored with their boards, and they're boarding you. And they're also, yeah, you also have boarding. We're coming upon and intruding on your ship, right?
Yeah,
Boarding is an intrusion on your ship.
yeah.
Going back to the sea.
Yeah, again. And also you can have that's interesting when you make the word boredom. Boredom, it's like kingdom. Like
Mm.
these are every time I see the word dome, because it must refer maybe to some kind of dome. You're bored, dome, boredom. What do you see
Oh
with
yeah,
that dome word?
the dome is also your skull, right? It's, you know, it's also your skull. Your skull is the scale. This is a skull. A skull is a school. Is a scale. A scale. A skull. A scala. Uh, Everything goes back to yeah, the scale is the skull. It's also the ball. The ball is the skull. Where are we going with this? Sorry.
The board, the I was
The
going with
board,
the
yeah.
boredom.
And
Boredom.
then
No,
it goes. It always goes
it's okay.
6 o'clock every day, noon every day.
What is that?
That this, yeah. This is the fire. It's just a siren that goes off. Hey, time to stop working. Time to end the day
Hold on.
or
Hold on. Is this a
lunchtime.
siren in the village?
Yeah, in the city. Yeah, yeah. In the
No.
town. Yeah, in the small little town. Yeah, yeah.
No, it rings at what time?
12 and 6 p.m. 12 p.m. and 6 p.m. So yeah,
And this is
noon.
for what?
Just to designate noon and supper time, dinner time, I guess, and end of working. Because, yeah, Sunday, we're shut down here. Holidays, shut down. 6 o'clock, shut down. You want something? Too bad.
Oh
Right?
yeah, so everything shut down at 6.
Yeah, everything is completely, yeah, yeah, nothing. You can't get anything.
Oh, interesting. Ivar too has that, but they in Holland they have a big bell, a big siren, but they activate it. I think once a year they make it
Yeah,
ring for I don't know, some
it's
kind of.
the fire hall too. So if there's a fire, an emergency, a tornado, that this is our warning system for our small, because we're in the middle. It's a Strathclair. A Strath is mountain top, and the Clare is clearing. This is clairvoyance. So yeah, a mountaintop clearing. So we're
Yeah,
sort of on a hill where we are. So yeah, tornadoes are a thing.
but that must be a beautiful place to live. I'm sure very like quiet and stuff. You're not in
Yes.
Winnipeg.
Quiet, yeah, that's it. It's quiet.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very little neighbors.
So
Mm.
bordered. So I know why I was bored in school now. Sometimes it's because too much writing on that board.
Yeah, and it all goes back to us being a tree. The tree, and the tree of not the tree of
And
we are
there's
the
other
bark of
words
the
that
tree.
can, yeah,
The,
other words can come also from board. You have border. You cross the border,
yeah, yeah.
and the border also a border.
Board. You're choking the bark of the tree of everyone. You're choking their boards. You know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Border.
Siren.
Siren.
Yeah, siren. Is it siren? Hmm,
Yeah, for
interesting.
Osiris.
Sorab. Bonjour,
S-
Sorab. Bonjour, Mario. Saint Michael. Red Rose Rocker from the Rock Newfoundland.
Siren,
Canada.
Sirius, Sireness, Siren,
Siren. But
Zion.
hold on, that's an interesting word, siren, because they used to siren refers to a bell, like the thing you just heard, and
Yeah.
siren of the sea too. Did like the little girl, the siren, no, une sirène.
Oh,
Sirène
there's
en français, c'est une fille avec une queue de poisson, like a
yeah.
girl with a fishtail. What is that
Oh,
thing? There's
a
something
mermaid.
there. A siren
Mer.
is a being with a not usually a girl with a fishtail.
Yeah.
But you sound
And,
the siren.
they come and then they take you to the depths, and they show you your fears, your sight, and you run because they're
Mermaid.
showing you yourself. The sight run, your sight is yeah. Oh, it's unsightful.
And in English, it's a mermaid.
Yeah, Then you have, yeah, the
La mer.
mercy,
La mer.
mer,
Mer. Si en
sea.
français, c'est
Yeah.
mer. La mer, c'est la.
Mer means the sea made us, right? Because the mermaid is the mom. The Mercury made us. Or Mars. It isn't Mars, Martian.
But
Uh,
Mars, I've made sense of that word a little while ago. You just take the M and you reverse it, and it's wars. And Mars
yeah,
is the ruler of wars and stuff, and that's why they
yeah,
say they're going to Mars and their space travel cars and stuff nonsense, because they're going to war. Probably prepare another war orchestrated, all plan in advance together, in cahoot. Make me
yeah.
laugh. They plan
They
war in cahoot together into
they murmur, hey, murmur.
murmur. Yeah. The other one's very interesting is bow, bow. Okay, bow. Okay,
Bow,
bow là.
bow.
Beau, you can it's someone a gentleman friend. Okay, they use that for beau gentleman friend. Beau for BOW, the archery tool, the tie, and also the bow on the gift. this is going far, that word, because you can bow to higher and divine. You should bow to higher
Mhm.
and divine. You should also, like, beau refers to beautiful. And en français, on utilise le mot beau exactement pour dire quelque chose qui est beau. Something that's beautiful, c'est beau.
Yeah.
And yeah, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. And you're supposed to, and you put a bow on a gift. So the gift, the bow, the relation I see with the bow on the gift wrap is because your gift, you've been gifted, but it's wrap. You have to unwrap it, and you should bow to higher and divine to unwrap your gift and offer it into the world in a humble manner. Yeah, that's what I see from that bow on the gift. But there's also like bow, BEAU. Like, what do you see in there?
Yeah, you have the bow in the bow, the bow of the ship. And then you have the bowing. Yeah, exactly. It's a bending. When you pull back the bow, this sort of becomes a bowl because it's you're turning a half moon. This is going back to the moon. Yeah, you're turning the half moon into a full moon, and turning it the bowl. Yeah, you're stretching the bowl, you're bending the bow. It's a bow instead of being straight. You're not straight. Um, yeah, the language. I was getting into the language today. Yeah, most of it's in a bow. It's not straightforward. It's on a curve, and it's coming at you from different directions. That doesn't relate to the direct notion of the ocean, of how the bow is in the center of your boat,
Of a
of
boat.
bowl. Yeah, yeah, it all becomes the bowl. We're in a fish bowl. Going
So
back to the fish.
your boat, like you said, your boat is your boat. It's your oath to bow to higher and divine. Your ship should be a oath. That's the oath you should have. Something like that.
Yeah.
You know, they say,
Your mast is to be headed in a straight direction.
and what do you have on a ship? Boom! Ah, you have a boom on the ship. It's
Yeah, that's the front.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. The boom in the bow is right behind the boom. Yeah, the
That's
bow
why
of
I
the
always
boom,
use
bow
boom.
boom, and then look at Rocky Balboa.
Rocky Balboa. Everything that
Yeah,
has bow, like body, also your body should be the bow to shoot the arrow to a higher realm after your death, like PT said. PT said if you use your conscience properly, you should be able to activate your DNA and put it on fire and shoot your soul to higher realm at the end of your journey here. So it makes a lot of sense that the body is a bow. That's why I always say body. I don't say body. You know, I'm not gonna
yeah.
see. Now it's automatic. I say body all the time. My wife, it gets on her nerves. She says, "Stop saying it like that." Gets on my no. It's a body because I
Then you
intend to use my body to shoot my soul to a higher realm, maybe at the end of my grand périple here on Earth. Yeah.
and then you said able a you're pointing your apex, your amperage. Is you're able. Your bowl is a ace. Your bowl is ace.
Yeah, exactly. Makes a lot of sense. And you have that's it. You have bowl, then you have the bowl BOLBOLE. Also, if we talk about bowl and the words that the Super Bowl, like it's a basin, a dish. So why do they call it a Super Bowl? Well, I've never really like what's the thing with the Super Bowl basin or dish? Is it because that like it's not a Super Cup? It's a Super Bowl. But bow,
Well,
you have the
it's pretty
bow in the
big.
hell.
You
Like
have the soup of the soup of ore, soup of auras. Is I mean you have so much people in there, right? It's a big, huge bowl of soup.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it's pretty stupendous, right? It's like a grand scale. It's a grand scale.
And Will,
Yeah,
could it be the reason why they call it Super Bowl? It's to exactly mesmerize people
yeah, stirred up.
subconsciously making them think that they're bowing to Iron Divine. Bow
Yeah,
hell.
these are superior, superior,
Superior.
you're bowing your bowl to these superior beings. Yeah, yeah, you put that little ball into that little ball hole. The well, right? Going back to fish and well, the tank, uh, welcome. How, you're going. What's in the well? The water.
Welcome. Again, it refers to water.
A,
Welcome.
a hole down in the earth, full of water of your flow
It
that's
seems
being
that a lot of
held.
things go back to the water, eh? Yeah.
Yeah, the flow. Mama.
Yeah. So yeah, the Super Bowl, I think that's what it is, and the bowl, the pot, the ball, and the bowl, the tree trunk, and the
Tree
earth.
trunk. See,
Yeah,
yeah,
tree
the
trunk,
earth.
bowl.
So look at that. The bowl is the earth, right? They're telling you it's in a bowl. The earth is in a bowl, and yeah, the tree trunk. So the bowl is that's also the bottom, the bottom of the tree of us. So it's
Makes a lot of sense.
mm,
Yeah, now we have the but, but they say bow for a tree limb, and but they say Bough. I don't know how to pronounce it too much, but they have bow here to bend ship part. That's it. The bow, the bow,
yeah,
bow, bow,
yeah. They're
bow,
both
bow.
bow,
I don't know when
but
to say bow or
or
bow. It's so like
or
bowling. Bowling, you say
or
bowling, but then you say bow. Like, what's the bowling also? Shooting a ball, like you have the word bow in there, and bowling, and the hell, and the ing for king. What? Where does bowling has to do with being divine and stuff? Like,
wow.
it's so the words are the language can mesmerize us so much.
See, would be more God. Oh, ow, bridge is the alpha. So one is probably denoting the man, the alpha, and one would be God. Oh, the
Yeah.
owl.
Maybe we'll finish with the next one, or we'll do two more, and then we'll continue tomorrow. It's a
Mhm.
boy. That's an interesting
Boy,
one because you have boy
yeah.
and boy. Also, buoyancy come from buoyancy. You know, buoyancy, which is really it's a floating signal. Also, like buoyancy is something is the law of floatability. So you have the boy. Hold on, I can so many words. Boy, that is a floating signal, and boy, which is the male child.
See, I was taught that the floating boy was a buoy, buoy. Yeah, boy. Uh,
And also,
yeah,
ay ay ay,
yeah, a
ay ay
floating
ay.
thing. Yeah, it seems to be a floating thing that's tethered. It's somehow tethered to the mom. Is tethered to the boy is tethered to the mom, the earth, and the water.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Okay, last one for today will be a break, stopping device, and break past of broke opening. A break. You're gonna catch a break, an opening. I like that word break. Actually, it's not so much uh but be reek, like you have be reek, like a
Yeah.
reek. When you're a reek, I don't think it's very positive reek, and you're raking, you're reeking. No, you're not raking, it's a rake. But be reek, what's reek exactly?
To be reek. Well, reek is usually you stink.
Ah, that's it, you reek, you stink, that's it.
Yeah.
So a break.
Yeah. Right.
That's the broke.
That always bugged me too. Break. It's a break in in concentration of what break to use. Which what is the right break for the context of the sentence that I am trying to cast? So it's yeah, it's a break in conversation concentration with what break to when you're writing it down. When you're saying it, it's not really a break. You don't break conversation when you're just talking about a break. It constitutes a break. A break is a break, no matter what. I mean, it's still constituting a separation, a broken
Yeah,
burrow, yeah,
break is a break.
a hole of broken, a hole of kin. The kin is where the hole where it's broken.
Yeah, and an interesting
Broke.
word that Mario is pointing in the chat too. We'll maybe go with this to close our chat today. It's the word DNA. DNA, it's something it's been in the word like forever. It's and when you say and, it's
Mm,
DNA backward, and this
yeah.
world is fully inverted. So you should look at words in an inverted way. Every time you see a word, every time I see a word, I look at it the other way. And often I will find the real meaning, the real significance of the word. That word meaning still not out. I have to get it out. The real significance of the word, looking at it backward, and like you have land. Land is the DNA with the L, like land, the earth is the DNA of the gods. Like the
Mm,
DNA of the gods is into the land, is
yeah.
on you, is onto earth.
Yeah. The DNA, the Dionysus, the die, and Isis, the amperage. The A would be the alpha. Yeah. The division of nature of the alpha. That's the DNA. Yeah. So you have that's the die, the two, the natures of the alpha of the thought, because that's what the alpha is. The alpha is the thought. The nature would be the mama, and the D is yeah, the David, the divide, the separation of the two, and the conjoining of the two, because that's what the DNA is. It's conjoined of male and female. M plus F equals MF. It's male and female together. MF. F,
That's why you have
F.
FM radio, female
Yeah,
male.
that's yeah, exactly. It's together. It's because yeah, you have the direct, like I was saying, the direct current and then the alternating currents. So yeah, DNA it's electric. It's amperage.
There's so
D in amperage.
Oh yeah, when you start like go and orienting your talk toward the
And
electricity and the
yeah,
magnetism.
yeah, and amperage, nature and divide. Two and right? Yeah, it's also the other thing, and yeah, it's separating nature, and that's the nature is the one. So the dividing is makes two, and
Yeah.
man, and the manners is the demand.
Man manners. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's it for today. Thanks very much, Will, again for coming to
yeah. Arch
in
up,
the
everyone.
one show. Thank
This.
here we're thanking. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm gonna put you in
thank
a
you.
tank.
Oh, yeah. I wanted to get to this. You were talking about the weeks and the days, the
Yeah, maybe we
weeks.
can go with this. I'm not in a rush. We can go with the weeks and the days. The
Oh,
days.
this is nice and quick. It'll be nice and
Yeah, yeah,
quick, and it'll set
yeah,
things. Yeah. The week and the days. In seven sun cycles, same sun, sum of rays synchronized with this sun's rays that strays conveys where we stay as we gaze and praise the rays that plays the
yeah.
sun this day.
No, that's a
This
lot of
in seven suns. See what it was going with the S's, how what I showed you with the S's before, and how the S's is it's all ISIS, and it's putting all of the vibes out there of the entire spectrum. When you and then you have the seven, the heaven suns, you're saying seven suns, which, and this is strong instead of weak. And the days, so goes with the moons, instead of you're in moon gaze, and your moon struck by the gaze of the days. The day is dog us, is the dog, it's the dog sun. So the dog sun is the moon as the sun, instead of the sun as the sun.
yeah, yeah. And what do you see with the you were talking about the
The,
S and the S and the
the
S, but there,
last sun, the next sun, in two suns, in three suns, in four songs, right, is much better than the days. In
yeah,
four songs, the songs of in four songs of the suns, in seven suns you have what, a quarter moon.
and is that what Hitler was telling us? Like, I don't know if he probably existed, this guy. I don't know, wasn't there, but I heard about a guy named Hitler, and he was hitting the Hitler. And Hitler had something on his uniform, SS,
Yeah.
and the sun symbol. So could that S, the swastika is a sun symbol, an old sun symbol. It's not even like they took that symbol from other culture before them, but the SS, could it refer to? Is he telling us that there is two sun?
See, yeah, that's probably the sun and the moon, or there's the dark sun too, Rahu, Raha, I can't remember. It's on Violet May Brown's
Yeah, Rahu. It's a Rahu.
yeah, this is the dark sun, the dark node, the thing that gives the actual eclipses, and then there's the moon dark node, which gives the moon eclipses, which comes the opposite way of what the sun and the moon and the earth are supposedly rotating. So yeah, it's not the sun, or it's this dark node that's coming in and doing the eclipses. So that maybe constitute as the second sun.
Yeah, possible. Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
what
the
I.
SS is a big thing. That's Zeus. It's the Z2. That's the electricity. Yeah, the S. Yeah. Um, it, I
The,
looked into the songs with Carolina, Caroline, Carol. Yeah, it's a carrier of line, right? And all of the videos that with the song associated with Caroline, it all has the SS in it. Every single one.
oh, Carolina. There's a lot
Yeah,
of
yeah.
songs with Carolina. Neil
Shaggy had
Diamond had one.
one. Yeah, Neil Diamond. Yeah,
Shaggy. Yeah.
yeah, it's what's his that newer one? I forgot his name. But yeah, need a golden ratio, golden calculator to divide. This is the pi that we need the pi to divide of the SS. Yeah, no, it goes. Yeah, it's all talking about the SS.
Yeah, the pie. And it's interesting when it comes to the pie, because if you come to America, we eat our pie from the tip to the back. And if you go in Europe, they eat their pie from the back to the tip, apparently.
When I used to eat pizza, I did that too. I started at the crust.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, the crust is, sort of the crusty, crummy part, right? It's yeah, exactly. It's in the word. It's the crummy part. I mean, the stuff that we liked, the enjoyed, and
It's in the middle.
that's all the cheese and yeah, that's all the addiction and all that's yeah, yeah. And Italians also their pizza has no cheese, right? Their pizza pie, pizza pie.
Pizza. Interesting word that's all over the place now.
Then you get the pie again too. Yeah, they're calling it the pie ratio. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Did you see that the Bodie or
Yeah,
Bo?
yeah. And Mario says in the chat, and there's island where our bodies are islands in the water. Always go back to the maritime, eh? It seems to always
Yeah,
go back to that maritime theme or laws or yeah, a lot of it.
yeah. Yeah, that's why when Santos Bonacci went to court there, he kept on saying, "I'm of the land. I'm standing on the land. I'm not in the water. I'm of the land. I'm a man of the land." And it just drilled that into that judge's
Yeah.
ears. I'm the man.
Another one also that's interesting. It's baby, because they refer to the. A lot of people call it baby loan,
Yeah,
baby land. I think it's more baby land and baby. You have bébé en français, like baby, and I'm gonna write it in the chat. Is b b. Okay, bébé comme ça, là, it's a baby in English. And then you have all kinds of people using those two letter in their thing, BB like baby. And we know
yeah.
we are in the baby age. I don't think it's the age of utter stupidity. No, I think it's just the babyish age now. We have to wake the baby. Yeah,
Yeah,
and baby.
like I was talking to you before we went online. There I was talking, looking into Cincinnati, and I eventually got to how they uh, deciphered deciphered. That's interesting. The old Hebrew texts, yeah, there's like the Talmud, and there's they went with the Babylonian, but it's more Babylonian based. It's all they went with the Babylonian side of the sects of the old Hebrew tradition, and instead of the more archaic and the Kabbalah. They strayed away from the Kabbalah and they went towards to the Babylonian
Yeah.
side of things.
Mario
Yeah.
was saying another word in the chat. He's referring to bateau for boat. Okay, boat. B beau, your beau haute, your bateau, and it's bat. Like you have the word bat en français in there, and we know bat refers to a baseball bat, and you have a ball with baseball. So am I? And O is water, so you have the bat water, the bat
Bathwater.
water.
The Beth is the home. It is Bethlehem, home of the bread. Beth considers the home, the bed, the the bed in which the bed. Yeah. So bed, bat. It,
Another word that's funny, interesting too. It's balade en français. Balade, ball aid. Okay, ball aid. You would say ball
yeah.
aid in English, and it
Ballad.
refers to ball. So what
Yeah,
when you
and these
walk?
ballads are bawling. They're all about crying from the heart. These ballads.
Yeah, usually it's in balade. But also you can go take a walk and call it a balade. But do you go walk having a balade because in your head space again head space I say head space because you think there is space in your head, but in your head space you think you're on the ball, so you have a balade like
Yeah, your bell is a bit bad. Your bell is bad.
flying bat, and you have a flying bat.
And you're off balance too with the ballad. You
Not
know,
only that, they want us
ballad.
to they want us to stay blind as a bat also.
Mm, yeah. And bats use sound. They use inaudible sound of what we can. Well, they it's some of their sounds are audible, but yeah, like I was showing you, a lot of their sounds is inaudible to us.
And Also, the people used to take their bat. You
Yeah.
used to take a bat more than a shower. I don't know why you say
Bath.
shower
Yeah.
on the side. I don't know why it's shower. It's no the shower. Anyway,
Yeah, and something has to do with Shaw too. Like shaman is a big thing, and there's Sean, Sean is it's yeah, shining, Shao. Yeah, it's crap. I was going somewhere with that. I had somewhere.
another one here. Mario has a very fertile mind, like many of us here. Just like worms can kill trees, worry can kill human.
Yeah.
And worry, when you're worm, war, work, work. You have worm. Also, you just add the aim, M. You have that's another word with WOR. You have worm, work, word,
Bad worms in your stomach. These are bad bugs.
bad bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, these are worms. It's warnings, wormings. Yeah, it's just things that slither in and cause destruction.
And when you warn someone,
It-
warn,
Yeah,
no, it's
it's
warn.
because
Yeah.
yeah, it's putting holes into the ground and pathways.
Another word that's very funny. It's the word lie. The lie. When you can lie to someone, you can lie down, and you can. There is lies, like, but it's mostly referred to the lie and lying down. Like, what's
And then you have lice, like head lice,
yeah,
and the chemical lye. Isn't that a stripper sort of thing?
yeah.
It's used to be used in soap. That was the main ingredient. Was lye. So it's yeah, it's stripping away the top scales. You're scaling too when you're lying. You're now lying flat on a flat plane pan. Uh, uh, yes.
And
Uh,
the IE doesn't it refer to
I
artificial intelligence or something like that? Like the EIE.
AI, yeah, AI.
I saw that
See,
somewhere.
you say it the French way, I.e.
Yeah, exactly.
I electricity, yeah, I, and that's why you say A is I. Do you all agree, nay or I,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, you want to add something else? I went through my whole
The
post.
the the lie, yeah. So you're sort of right. You're leaning, you're lying. You're turning flat.
Turning flat. Yeah. So, okay, I think we went through pretty much everything
You're lying till
I
you turn flat.
yeah, that's it. But I think that's what's flattening. It's a bit the energy here on Earth. We have to bring this thing up with the energy, and we should be okay for a great ride. We should be okay for this long haul. So thanks everyone in the chat. I think Mario was there, Red Rose. That's it. All of you, it's still and Ruby Roberts, boom shaka, boom. Yeah, man, boom. Keep it booming. That's how we roll on the Tru-Mon show. We boom the stuff. Yeah, Saint Michael and Red Rose, it's still. Much love. It's all love. That's the reason why we do this. It's to gain clarity and just like it's important to me to have a clear existence today. As I get older, not go old. I'm not getting old. I'm getting older. Yeah, yeah, I'm getting older. No problem. Getting elder or older. But the dangerous trap here is to get old. You don't have to get old. It's not because you become older that you have to be old. Like there's a difference to me. And old again, it's not so much a bad things to be old because it's close to gold. The word old is close to
Yeah,
gold.
you're a beholder.
Yeah,
It's where
you're
the
colder.
beholder is a bearer of the light, and there we go, light bearer again.
Yeah,
The North Star. It's the North Star. The North Star is the North Pole. That's the Earth. We're talking about the Earth. It talks about the Earth,
yeah,
not the sun and the moon and the stars. It's the Earth, North Pole of your positive self.
exactly. It all comes
Boom.
down to hurt.
The boom of the bow. Where's it headed? North.
Exactly. Super. Thanks very much, Will. Again, pleasure and honor to receive you and to exchange with you. I like to do that thing with other beings, like great minds and stuff. It's a super
Oh,
uplifting moment, and we will be back tomorrow, same time. I'm gonna publish it after this one, and that's it. Thanks, everyone, and we do this. It's all love. It's all love and clarity, love and clarity. But I don't want to pretend also that I have found the real significance of love. I think I'm on the way to really like feeling that divine love. But I don't want to say that I have me. I'm not like I prefer. Every day I wake up, I prefer to say no, nothing, and I'm just restarting to learn. And I don't want to like I prefer pass my whole life saying I know nothing. Seriously, I feel better like this than pretending because from day to day you can learn so much and your perspective will change and stuff. So I prefer to keep saying I know nothing. And the words say it. No, no, no. What do you know? What do you know? After all, other than knowing your emotional state and like it's very knowing that there's some intuitive knowing, yes, that you should be aware of. But I mean, oh,
behold nothing, and be light.
exact, exact. Just be light, be love. Bring the word into a physical form. That's also the work we're doing here, and it's to try to bring those word into physical form. The one that really uplift us. The like be love. Can all be love. I think it would be a great start to start feeling the divine love, the divine inspiration. Boom, live and
Boom.
direct with Jenik, your host from Montreal, Canada, and Wheel of Earth from Manitoba. Man, it, oh, ba. Ba is low en français.
Man. Oh,
Man,
really?
it, oh, ba. Man,
Huh.
it, oh, but ba. Oh is also high, but ba is
Huh.
low. Man, it, oh, ba.
Be in flow, and don't deny both cycles, because it has to cycle. You need to. It needs to flow
I'll come there
correctly
one
in
day.
order to have the
Man,
right flow.
yeah, you'll see me one day in Man It Oba. Large up, Will. Much love. Say hi to the whole family. Hugs and the whole kit. And
Yeah, large up, everyone. Thank you, thank you.
much love. Thanks, everyone in the chat again. A pleasure. And it's all love. See ya. Boom. All right.
Boom.